Welcome to The Source, where we combine the headlines with in-depth conversations with the newsmakers themselves. Today on the program, some congressmen stand firm on its claim against the budget chief.
May problema ang DBM sa budget allocation nila for 2019.
From budget insertions, flood control projects, and salary increase for government workers.
Kayo ang isusunod ko this year.
But the president continues to support his DBM chief amid allegations of conflict of interest.
You insert something na ikaw nagpiprepare. Kaya ka nga nagpiprepare, di ikaw talagang gumagawa nun.
Also, will Congress succeed in abolishing the road board?
We'll do it. Clear. So as an institution, we'll comply with the head of the president to abolish the road board.
And a move to oust a House leader from his post. House Majority Leader Rolando Andaya Jr. joins us live. Thank you for joining us. I'm Pinky Webb. The government is now operating on a reenacted budget. This after Congress failed to pass the proposed national budget this year. The budget deliberations are still ongoing at the Senate after allegations of insertions in the annual budget by the executive branch. President Rodrigo Duterte says the delay in the budget's passage greatly affects the pay hike of government workers. He adds other infrastructure projects and programs and social services may also be affected. Also, is there a plot to oust him as House Majority Leader? Let's go straight to the source of the story. House Majority Leader Rolando Andaya Jr. Congressman, welcome back to the show. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me here again.
Are you still Majority Floor Leader?
When I woke up, yeah, I checked. I'm still the Majority Leader, but you know, this is a hard job. If they think my time is up, I'm ready to go anytime.
But what is the talk that you're hearing? Is there a plan to oust you?
No, there's not.
By Congressman Villafuerte?
I think, ano yun, saling pusa lang yun sa ano. So he's just trying to join the fray, but no, there's none.
There's no coup?
No, there's none.
Reports of a coup against you?
No, there's none.
Did you try to find out?
No need to find out. As I've said, anytime. If I go to session today and they say it's time to go, I won't even put up a fight. Let's just go on.
Why not?
It's a hard job. It's really a hard job. You make more enemies than friends. And as you try to take your job more seriously, you see so many things which you want to try to fix, more so that this is my last term as congressman. This is also the speaker's last term. Maybe we'd like to leave something as a legacy, trying to prop up the trust and confidence in our institution. Alam naman namin yan na bugbog lagi kami sa House. Maybe try to make it, at least leave something which the next Congress can work on. And
why is that? Why now? Is it because it's your last term? Is it because it's the Speaker's last term as well?
Well, I guess we were put in a position to do that.
You were put in a position, or did you put yourself in this position, sir?
No, when you are the Majority Leader, you get to see these things. Congressmen go to you, and they complain to you, and there's something you need to do. That flood control issue started from congressmen. They were saying, hey, X number of billions came to my district. I didn't ask for it. Nobody asked for it. It's there. Can you do something about it? So that's where we started. That's what you call the park funds? Yes.
Okay. I want to go to that a little later on, sir. I hope you don't mind. Ito muna. Do you even think of resigning as Majority Floor Leader?
I've done so already.
To whom? To the Speaker?
Yes.
How many times?
Once.
You said I've done so many times already.
Once, twice. Each time, the people around her would say no. Just keep on doing what you need to do at this point in time. But if you need to do what you need to do, why do you want to resign? I mean, why not fight and go on if you think you're doing the right thing? You don't get cooperation that easily. Buti kung kami lang sa Congress, madali lang yun. But when you start going outside, asking for help from different institutions, helping in this matter, it does not come easy.
Does it I'm just gonna say it, sir. Is it because you're not getting help from the executive? Ganun ho ba yun?
No, I'm not talking about the executive. I'm talking about other institutions. It's hard.
Okay, so you said you tried to resign maybe twice in the past. Ayaw ng mga tao ni Speaker. Do you still want to resign? Do you still want to resign?
Well, practically speaking, yung job ng majority leader is, I think we're in the last stretch. Kahit pahinga naman siguro. Maybe
So aalis kayo? Ganun ho ba?
Pwede. I think that's something we have to talk about, and which I want to talk about today.
But okay, sir. But if you're saying that it's Jan, Feb, March, April, May, you have about 4 months left. Why not go on and continue on, sir? Do you want to concentrate on your next run?
Yes.
Sino papalit sa inyo, sir?
My wife is willing, and she's campaigning for me.
All right. But who will replace you as majority leader? Because it seems, what I'm getting from you, sir, is aalis na ho kayo. Tama ho ba?
Di naman. Maraming pagpipilian dyan.
Who are the top 3, sir?
You have so many deputy speakers there. You have senior deputy majority leaders.
Who's your
there.
personal choice?
Wag na muna.
Okay, sir. I respect that. I'm sorry. Sir, what are you waiting for, possibly? Because you want to resign, you've resigned twice, you need to concentrate on your next run. Understandably, sir, medyo baka mainit yung laban doon. Pero, what are you waiting for? What is it? Is there an approval from someone? Something that will really say, hands off na ako, ayoko na majority floor leader?
No, I want to get this through. I want this issue seen through.
Which is the budget.
Not only the budget, itong flood control. I want to see this through.
Okay, let's talk about this, sir. So many numbers have actually cropped up.
Yeah.
And it started with Senator Ping Lacson, and then Congressman Andaya, and dami na ho, no? From park funds to the budget, to park funds, to flood control projects, to the road board. Isa-isahin natin,
Yeah,
sir.
sure.
Let's go to the budget.
Alright.
First and foremost, the question is, bakit niyo ho ba pinasa ang budget kung meron ho kayong nakikitang napakaraming problema sa budget? Wasn't it your fault to begin with, the Congressman?
We were forced to. Remember, the Senate kept on nagging us that we pass it, we'll have a reenacted budget. Okay. I talked to the members. I can only operate based on what the members tell me. And I told them that let's not hurry this up. Let's take our time. But they overruled me, and they wanted to pass it. The message to me was, maybe let's try to fix it in the BICAM. I said, okay. So that's what we did. So it's there now.
Who overruled a majority floor leader, sir?
Well, members, we have. I'm the majority. I'm not the chairman of the Committee on Appropriations. So that is their call. I can only give them advice. Since they wanted it that way, then okay. And much to their disappointment, after we passed it, here we go with the different news articles that the speaker got this much, I got this much. That's what I told him. I told you so. Now, if you start doing that, everything will be confused, and it will not be clear to the public what really happened. What happened was, you did something, a half-baked budget, you passed it to the Senate, they scrutinized it, and they came up with their own conclusion. Who ended up defending? The ones who didn't even show up to defend it.
So it's the House of Representatives' fault, sir.
Well, it's
For passing a half-baked budget.
It's an institution. I respect their decision. I'll just have to live with it.
Yeah.
Those are the cards that were dealt to me. I'll use it.
But you said senators were forcing the House of Representatives,
Well,
but you passed it a month late, didn't you?
Yeah. But, passing the budget is something you do not rush. Especially now when you see that there's been problems in the past. You don't just pass that just with the blind eye. We keep on saying legislative haste makes budgetary waste. And that's what happened. So to even think now na pagdating sa BICAM, we'll just pass it speedily, I don't think that's happening.
Obviously.
There's so many things that Secretary Jokno has to explain to the Bicameral Conference Committee. If he has bad experience, if he had a bad experience in the question R, maybe this time wala naman siyang bad experience sa BICAM.
So let's talk about the problems in the budget, sir. 75 billion peso insertion supposed to be made by the budget department made by specifically Secretary Diokno,
Yes.
as you alleged, na hindi alam ng DPWH.
Yes.
Again, the story here is you said it was 50-something billion, and then it was Secretary Diokno that said it's actually 75
I said
billion.
51. You said 75. Thank you. You gave a bonus. Okay.
Dinagdagan pa. So, technically, sir, just to break it down for our viewers, yung 75 billion na yon, kasama na ho ba dyan yung ina-allege ninyo sa Bicol, yung sinasabi yung flood control projects?
Flood control-
Kasama na ho ba yung park funds?
14.
Can you break it down for us, sir?
14 just for flood control. The others, we still have to talk about it. So we've just concentrated on flood control. 14 of that 75 is flood control.
So kasama na sa
Yes.
part ng 75 si 14.
Yes.
You want to concentrate on the 14 billion, sir?
Yes.
Is that so? Okay. Dito po sa 14 billion, is this where you allege that yung kanya mga in-laws cornered so-and-so amount, 551 million? There's even a 10
10 billion.
billion, sir.
10 billion
Okay.
was actually downloaded last year to that province. And I think almost more, I think majority of that would be flood control. Flood control. And the biggest contractor that coordinated it was CT Leoncio. 1.4 billion was, I think, around 32 contracts. And when we did the actual analysis of the documents submitted by the particular construction company, you'd be surprised. You'd laugh at what you
Why?
see. One piece of equipment found in Bulacan is actually constructing 20 different projects all at the same time in different towns in the province of Sorsogon.
And how is that possible, I guess?
That's something they have to answer.
But, okay, balikan po natin yung CT Leoncio and RMR.
Yeah.
Okay, let's put that up on the screen. This was part of your hearing in Naga. You're saying that basically the in-laws of Secretary Diokno are incorporators of RMR who are partners with CT Leoncio. Tama ho ba?
Yes.
So, please explain this this to us.
We kept on saying that balae yan ni Secretary Diokno, which he completely denies all the time. Here it is. It's very simple. See, the daughter of Secretary Diokno, Charlotte Sicat, is married to Romeo Jojo Sicat, the daughter of the Sorsogon Vice Governor Esther Hamor. Now, we were put in a little bind here how to get the connection, how come the name is Sicat, and the mother's name is Hamor. Basically, what we found out was Hamor is the name of the second husband, and that we found out that Sicat was the last name of the first husband.
Got
We
it.
found this out when we read the dissertation of Charlotte Diokno Sicat when she went for her masterals in UP. That's where she said that special thanks to my mother-in-law, Esther Hamor. So that's where we found, oh, that's the connection. And
Because you didn't find that out prior to.
yes,
All
so
right.
that's where her own dissertation gave it away.
And so, sir, how is the connection with the in-laws to RMR? Is it certain? Are there papers to prove
Oh,
that
yes.
they are incorporators?
Yes, we will
Nasa
show that.
SEC.
We will show that tomorrow. We will even show
Who's the incorporators, sir?
the husband and wife and the children. Even Jojo Sicat.
So the father, yung si father-in-law, si mother-in-law, tapos
And
yung
all the
husband,
children. Yeah, all the children.
are incorporators of RMR.
Yes.
And what is the connection of RMR? Did RMR itself bag contracts, sir?
Yes. Yes.
How much?
Around 500 million.
When?
2018.
Also. This is purely RMR, sir?
Yes, and then I've talked to the contractors who bagged contracts in Sorsogon last year. And it seems like they would all have to give a sort of royalty or a commission to the Hamors every time they bag a contract. I am currently in possession now of 6 deposit slips, totaling to 70 million, all going to the account of RMR for projects which they never undertook. So how come they got 20 million, 15 million, and it's all indicated in the deposit slip that it is for collection from government contracts, which they never won. It goes beyond the 50 million mark. Secondly, it goes to just one account, which they own. Now, if that's not plunder, I don't know what it is.
We'll be taking a short break. This is The Source on CNN Philippines coming up. Also, we're going to talk about the fate of the road board and pay hike for government workers. House Majority Leader Rolando Andaya will still be with us after the break. You're watching The Source on CNN Philippines. Our guest today, House Majority Leader Rolando Andaya Jr. Sir, please explain yung deposit slips para lang I understand it better, sir.
Actually, after the Naga hearing, apparently all of them were watching. Some of the contractors wanted to come clean and prove my point that they indeed were giving commissions to them, and they gave me the copies of the deposit slips, and it's shocking. For the RMR to be receiving commissions in the amount of no less than 10 million, 25, there's 15, some total 70, for contracts they never even got involved with. The only reason why they're giving them, because you're in Sorsogon. That is our territory. The Vice Governor is Esther, and the Mayor of Casiguran Town is Edwin, and their balae is Secretary Joc.
Binibigyan nila ng deposit slip ang
Binabayaran nila.
Yeah, sorry. Binabayaran nila, pinakita yung deposit slip sa inyo, sir. Yes, let me correct that. Binabayaran nila ang RMR, as in, doon sa cheque po nakasulat, RMR. Ganun ho ba?
Yes.
Pay to
Yes.
RMR.
Yes.
And then, sorry, sir, so how do you know that these are not actual projects? How do you know that? If it's,
Because I saw the contracts, which the contractors were doing. RMR did not win that particular
But
project.
how do you know that that was a payment for that particular project?
You can see there 15%, and you can see the amount.
Nakasulat, kunwari, 15% for road widening project in ganun, sir?
I can get their sworn statements when the time comes. So
Why would they do that, sir? Why would they expose RMR after that hearing? What will they get out of it? I mean, forgive, my question is,
they wanted fair play. Because it's been going on for 2 years. That the legitimate contractors could not participate. And everything had to go to RMR. Even if it was a small contract, you had to bow down to them. And, you know, knowing it's still, 4 years to go, 3 years to go, fair play, that's all they wanted.
so it's as if they were saying, let's expose this.
Yeah.
It's not fair.
Even the employees of Public Works, the Public Works District Engineering Office are all saying, this is going to be the norm for the next 3 years.
But I still don't get a check being paid to RMR and then it says 15 million partial, let's see, how I'm understanding. Sir, please.
I have the contracts and I have the computation. What the deposit slip says is, of course, you're asked for where the source of funding would be. And it's all the same. They say collection from Public Works contract. And then it goes to account, RMR construction, and then the account number. All 6 deposit slips say the same thing, although it's from different depositors. All of which are employees of these big-time AAA contractors.
You mentioned plunder, sir.
Yeah.
So, what are you planning to, I don't know, ang ombudsman who ba? Because I want to get to that. There's also an issue with the ombudsman. Plunder who? And how and when?
Well, obviously, this is a conspiracy. It's not just one person. Doon sa Public Works, we will show tomorrow that how these documents are cooked up for them to win. So I told you, it's impossible that one piece of, let's say, a backhoe or a dump truck being used in 20 different projects all at the same time. That cannot be. For each project, you have to have one separate set. And you have here 20 and it's all in Bulacan.
Forgive the ignorance, sir, but says who that you're supposed to have one?
Says the bidding rules. Says the bidding rules of Public Works.
Okay.
And that when flood control programs are to be requested, they have to be approved by the regional office, and that there should be a master plan for that particular province.
Absolutely.
They admitted that the regional office did not approve the projects, and secondly, there is no master plan for Sorsogon.
Let me, that's something that we talked about with the Senator Gatchalian. There has to be a master plan on this. However, let me bring this in, sir. There were news reports that the district engineer in Sorsogon, the first district, I think during your hearing, actually said that they requested for this flood control project,
Yeah,
sir?
they did. They requested for it straight to the central office, which is against the circular number 23 of Public Works.
Again, because it's supposed to go through the line.
Yes, and
paano
then
mo? Local, line.
Local regional office for verification that there is a master plan, and then to the central office. What they said was, district office, somebody texted, vibered them from venture, but forget the circular, give it to us straight.
Yeah, but what you're saying, kasi sir, is that, okay, when we look at the flood control project, you said that 190 billion for flood control.
Yeah.
14.5 of this did not come from the DPWH, but an insertion of Secretary Diokno. That's what you said. Tama ha, sir? Diokno added this, you said, after the meeting with the President. Kumbaga, pinakita na yung budget.
Yes.
Pagkatapos ng budget, you claim,
No,
dinagdag
that is
po
true.
ito ni Secretary,
Yeah.
ni
Because
Secretary
there's
Diokno.
no way Secretary Villar would have agreed to it. Or would have, he should have known about it come the cabinet presentation. I know, I've been through this so many times.
Your budget chief as well.
That's where you show it. And that's where people say, can you add this, can you add that? Obviously, he didn't ask for anything. And then after it passed the president, and before it was to be printed, that's where it came in.
But if the district engineer in Sorsogon, first district of Sorsogon, says that they did request for this, doesn't that kill your
No.
your assumption that they didn't know anything
Yeah,
about
they
this,
asked
sir?
for it, but who put it in? They asked for it, yes. When was it put in? After the president has seen it.
That's what you question, sir.
Yes, that's part of it. And then the proof of the pudding, these kinds of projects, we just had a storm in our place, Typhoon Usman.
Yeah.
God showed us the way. Areas where it did not need flood control projects were the ones given hundreds of millions, no flooding.
Such as?
Kasiguran, where the mayor is. Tomorrow, I will show pictures of flood controls or river controls which have yet to have a river.
What's happening tomorrow, sir?
I will show them everything that they've been trying to, confuse
Are you
us.
going to have a press conference? Are you going to have...
It's going to be an official...
in Congress?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll be taking another short break. We'll be right back. You're watching The Source on CNN Philippines. Our guest today, House Majority Leader Rolando Andaya Jr. So tomorrow, sir, ano ho ba yung pagpapatuloy ng investigation after Naga? Is that so?
Yes, round two for a 100-round bout. So round two.
Is he invited,
All
Secretary?
the time. He's invited all
Is he
the
gonna
time.
show up, sir?
I don't know. I don't know.
He'll be here tomorrow in The Source, sir, at 9 a.m.
Then he just found a convenient excuse not to go. So if he'll be here tomorrow.
At 9
I'll
a.m.
give you a question to ask him and watch him answer it. He keeps on saying that the DBM does not implement projects.
It is the line agencies, he says that,
so
sir.
ask him now what the PS service does.
PS.
Yes.
All right.
And he's sitting on billions of pesos of monies, public monies, which he implements.
Sir, is it the flood control only that you're going to look into? There are talks of funds in the DILG as well?
DILG, DOTR, so many. Ang maganda rito is once you've taken out his superior mystique, si Secretary Diokno, everybody now gains confidence in questioning him. So let's see what happens. But ask him that question and watch him.
Let me do some research on that, sir, and let me see if I can
I'll
ask
give
that
you some
question.
tips on what it is.
Sir, road board, confusion here. Are you letting it go? Are you asking for a bycam? Because apparently
Yes.
Senator Mig says the majority floor leader is also asking for a bycam.
Not only that, the president made the pronouncement in Bicol right after the storm that he wanted the road board funds to be put in the budget for the repairs of those areas which were damaged by the storm, Typhoon Usman, which now gives a bigger question. Because when you now abolish the road board, you therefore abolish the special account which holds the money. And in turn, you have to put this money into the GAA. We cannot, as Congress, as per the Constitution, increase the budget proposal to us. So by putting the money of the road board into the GAA, the executive has to give us a supplemental budget
Yeah.
to increase that.
Okay.
We don't see that happening yet. It's forthcoming.
But it's confusing. The Senate adopted the House version adopted the House version, hence dispenses the need for a BICAM.
That's all water in the bridge now. The president gave a new directive. He wants the money in areas for disaster-stricken areas. That completely shoots down both our proposals. So that's water on the bridge. Let's proceed according to his instructions.
So how do you proceed now? What happens? Are you going to ask for? Are you still asking for a BICAM? Ganun ho ba yun? Or if you say it's water under the bridge, what's
If
water
they
under the
wanna-
bridge?
if they-
Maybe it's just part of the funds of the road board that will be tapped.
You cannot do
Posible
that.
ba? Ay, hindi pwede
You
yun.
cannot. So those are the intricacies of this thing. So hindi pwedeng...
Okay, what is the status of the road board then? Now,
It's alive. It's still there. Money is piling up, around 50 billion in a special account, which can only be used for road repair. Now the president wants to put it in repair of bridges, school buildings, electrification for areas damaged and landslides. You cannot legally use that fund. So you have to abolish it, put it in the general fund, have the DBM increase our ceiling for the budget for this year.
And a supplemental.
That's where we can do it.
sir, you're filing mandamus, sir, for the wage hike of government workers. Tell us
Yes.
more about this. This will happen today.
After this, I'll be proceeding to the Supreme Court and we'll be filing a class suit for mandamus, asking the DBM to do its duty in implementing the fourth tranche of salary increases. Now, Secretary Jones has been trying to imply that we pass the budget before he does it. It's not true. The Congress has the constitutional prerogative to pass the budget or not. That's why there is a portion called reenacted budget in that scenario in which Congress cannot pass the budget, while he has the legal duty, not the prerogative, but the duty to implement the fourth round of salary increases. He doesn't want to do it. He want to play scare tactics. Or
He says it's unconstitutional. He doesn't have the
really
legal right to do it.
Well, I'm the lawyer, not him.
Thank you. We've run out of time. I wish we had more time, sir, but tomorrow, again, you said round 2 of 100 rounds on this investigation. Let me just add, Senate President Vicente Soto, Tito Soto, said that they are hoping to pass the budget by January 27. Does that look like a good timetable to you?
I think that's their version.
Hindi, kayong dalawa to come together already and then for the president, it to be ready for signing of the president by Jan 27.
I think he wants the BICAM to be started January 21 because they will finish around that time. So we're waiting.
Okay.
Whatever.
Does that look possible?
Crossing my fingers.
Thank you, House Majority Leader Rolando Andaya Jr., and thank you for joining us here on The Source. I'm Pinky Webb. You're watching CNN Philippines.